To make fried fetus with clay by these two colors, red and black. First, you need to make the head, I mean the body. Okay, like this, and do it like a rectangle. Like this and like this. Make it square. A little bit square.
At
Just like
tingnan
this.
natin ang tira ni Reyes.
Ball.
Mag-kick shot siya dito. Tingnan natin kung kick shot itong 4. Kumanda dito sa kalaban si Mark Williams ang babalik sa table. Maganda ang posisyon nitong tatlong bola nito. Mukhang makakarun out na dito si Mark Williams. So last 3 ball para dito sa last round. Si Mark Williams naman nasa table. Open ang 4 ball at maganda ang ball positioning para sa 8 ball. Last 2 ball at mukhang aiming si Mark dito sa side pocket para sa 8 ball.
Make them left red like this. Like I make it.
Pasok ang 8 ball at maganda ang ikot nitong bola. Long shot ng konti pero manageable dito. Tingnan natin kung maipasok ni Mark Williams at manalo dito sa $3,000 ang nakakaya dito sa pustahan nila. So tingnan natin kung manalo.
I see my things, I've been driving this train. Using the same, there's no stopping this game. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play. How I rearranged it to my domain. Yeah, what it takes. Made lots of mistakes, taking shots, kicking breaks, feeling lost, feeling great. I'm seeing straight, never stop. Changed all the so I'm trying to play, and I've got some things to say.
The game is 8 ball. The match is 2 out of 3 sets with a race to 8 in each set. Cue ball fouls only, resulting in ball in hand anywhere on the table. You must call every ball in every pocket if it's not obvious. The winning player, has the option to break or have his opponent break.
Like
If you make a ball in the
this.
break, it's considered an open table and you have choice between the solids and stripes. You can play caroms in combinations, but you must hit a ball from your group first. The 8 ball is not a neutral ball and you cannot strike it first. Are there any questions? Gentlemen, leg for break. Mr. Reyes wins the leg.
It's the biggest night in pool history.
To claim 2 out of 3 sets. Efren Reyes went through 2 days of competition in dramatic style, surviving to get their first crack at the King of the Hill.
He makes the ball in the break, and he has his choice, solids or stripes. It's 8 ball. Once he chooses the group, he then has to clear the table of all those balls, then shoot the 8 ball.
Right here, he has the strike balls are in a bad position, or there's two strike balls that are, together. So I think he's going to go for the low balls right here, starting with 1 ball.
1 ball in the corner.
Lord John, talk a little bit about some of the nuances for the uninitiated between 9-ball and 8-ball. If you boil it down, a lot of the players at this event have said what 9-ball is to checkers, 8-ball is to chess. Is that
Like this hand.
Absolutely. 8-ball is there's no luck involved.
Sorry, I for
You
you.
have to run into an 8-ball. And if you run out, and if you get that position on the last ball or something, you're finished. There is no getting it back at 8-ball.
Now, Ephraim is a Hall of Famer. The reason he is here is there are 42 best players in the world, including all the Hall of Famers, who played round-robin matches for the last 4 days. And of all of those players, the best 42 players in the world, Ephraim came out on top. And that's why he's facing Mike Siegel. And now, this is a huge match. It's the match, really, of the century. It's the match that everyone in pool around the world have been dying to see. Half the people in the world think Ephraim Reyes is the greatest player who's ever lived. The other half think Mike Siegel is the greatest player who's ever lived. 5 in the corner.
Every Reyes absolutely can do things that I don't think I've ever seen before. It was a great shot.
That was unbelievable. They had to play it off that ball. They call it a carom shot.
Exactly. And the average person probably wouldn't have done that.
couldn't, certainly not on purpose. Oh, and he couldn't get it to drop into the corner, so we'll see the king for the first time.
Unbelievable. Laurie, what happened here? Was this nerves?
Let's make that.
I'm thinking it's just
No.
right now.
No.
You know what? He jumped up on the shot there. It's definitely
No.
There it is again. Now,
No.
it's important that people at home know we're playing on very traditional equipment. The pocket size on these tables are like it was 30, 40 years ago when Fats and Moscone were playing. They're only 4.5 inches
I'm not done yet.
maximum. A lot of the tournaments people see on television today, the pockets are 5 or even 5.5 inches. And Ephraim would have made that on the easier equipment. This is traditionally rolled, and that's one of the reasons he missed that ball.
absolutely. I mean, it hit inside the pocket if you could notice, but he just didn't hit it in the middle of the pocket.
And make the head like. I'll make it bigger.
Watch this.
Oh, really good try.
Like this.
He tried to put those two balls up right there. That was a fabulous try.
This.
Almost did it.
That's the kind of skill that the pedestrian pool hall player and the guy that plays in the fraternity house and the firehouse is not going to be able to master in a couple of days.
Do it like
Exactly.
this.
There's a lot of people at home right now who would say, gosh, I can make that 3 ball. But again, tight pockets and the pressure are going to get to the players.
Now, he played Mike into this arena. See what he does here. And I want you to tell us about the pressure that these players are facing. John?
And Mike tanks one.
That's the pressure right there.
Boy, a couple of Hall of Famers with an early case of the yips.
Now here's Kevin moves. Ball in the corner.
I think he jabbed a little bit at it. He just didn't have a nice stroke on it.
This is once again not to understate the importance and the significance of this. It's the largest prize pool in the history of the game. And as highly decorated and skilled as these players are, anybody's going to feel a little bit of the heat in a situation like this.
The first 2 racks, you're going to see a little bit of jitters. Once they get over that, the match is going to go fast.
Well, I remember you, Lord John, at your match against Mike Siegel in the first ever IPT event, saying that you were as tight as a drum through the almost first full game.
Probably for the whole match.
Make the eyes like this. Better. Do it like.
So Reyes with his second break, and this time nothing drops. So an open.
Dad, you want to see it? It's this.
Now, Mike Siegel was voted the greatest living player in the world by Billiards Digest magazine.
Mike could be playing
It's cool.
to an
Better say it's cool.
disadvantage.